Hey everyone, Catherine here. Let's look at this question. Find the domain of the function f of x equals the square root of 4 plus 2x all over x minus 2. In the question, it gives us a hint. 4 plus 2x has to be greater than or equal to 0, and x minus 2 cannot equal 0. Let's talk about the hints for a second. They're actually basically tell us what the answer is, but where did it come from? Let's look at the top for a second. We have the square root of 4 plus 2x. Now, usually we don't care about the numerator when we're trying to find the domain, except when we have a square root, of course. Now, what cannot be in the square root? Well, we cannot have any negative numbers. So that means all of our answers have to be greater than or equal to 0. Well, it can be 0, by the way, because the square root of 0 is 0. So that one's okay. It's just when we have a negative number. That's where this hint comes from. Let's write it out. 4 plus 2x is greater than or equal to 0. Well, now we just need to solve for x. Let's do some algebra here. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides of the inequality. That gives us 2x is greater than or equal to negative 4. Some of you are thinking, hey, Catherine, we need to flip stuff. Nope, nope, nope. We only flip our inequality when we multiply or divide by a negative number, and we haven't done that. Now we need to get x by itself. Anytime I have a 2 next to a variable, it means to multiply. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. That gives us x is greater than or equal to negative 2. All right, that's our first restraint. This one, x minus 2 cannot equal 0 because we're looking at our denominator. Now our denominator can never equal 0, right? It cannot equal 0. So that's where this comes from. Now I'm going to move my camera here for just a second. There we go. X minus 2 cannot equal 0. Well, let's use some algebra to solve for x. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So we have x cannot equal 2. Now we have our two restraints. Let's make our number line, and this is going to help you. Always make a number line. We have negative 2, and we have 2. Now, first of all, we see that x cannot be 2. That means for sure we're going to have an open circle here. But this part, x has to be greater than or equal to negative 2. That means we can have negative 2. That's okay. But it has to be bigger than. So I'm going to go like this. So when we combine this, we actually are going from negative 2 to 2 to infinity. All right, well, what's that going to look like as interval notation? Well, we're starting here at negative 2. So we're going to have a bracket, negative 2, comma. And where are we going to? Well, we're going to 2. Cool. But do we equal 2? No, because it cannot equal 2. We'll have a parentheses. And, or union, we're going from 2 to infinity. We're going from 2, but we're not equaling 2, so we have a parentheses, comma, infinity. Infinity always has a parentheses. And that, my friends, is the domain. Good job.